No, they're ignorant. That's ignorant.
Alright, guys, welcome back to More Ignorance in Basketball, and it's games like this that tell me everything I need to know. This is why I believe in this team. Let's just get the obvious stuff out the way. Devin dropped 40. That's great. We love that. Chris Paul had a good game. DA and Crowder kind of look like they're still working their way back. JaVale had a great game. Cam was like, he shot 40% from three. This is just what we expect now. We are spoiled. Mikal didn't shoot great, but his defense, A1. It's really crazy that he's just like one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. It's like when DeRozan was just going crazy on Crowder, who's a good defender, just made like felt like 15 shots in a row on the man. And they were coming back. Oh, you just put Mikal on him for 2 plays and just shut him down. Pretty easy. Yeah, just put him on him 2 plays. One of the best scorers in the league. Who gives a shit? Just put him on him. Easy. He's not going to score anymore. And it just works. It's like you put him on Levine. Levine's just like, whatever. Okay, well, this guy's getting hot. Just throw Mikal on him. It's like, what a luxury this team has. And that's why you signed him to that long-term contract. What'll happen with DA? I'm sure they'll keep him, but we'll see. But it's like they could have... The Suns had every opportunity to blow this game. You're on the road. You know, the Bulls, almost the number 1 seed. Maybe it's just DeRozan's night. We got a lead. They come back. What are you going to do? But, again, every time they got a lead and the Bulls made a run, they kept their foot on their neck and they got the lead back. I think early on, like early in the first, they got a lead. Bulls came back and damn near tied it up. You get another 20-point lead, and then you keep it for most of the game. Then around that 6-minute mark, it went from like 27 points to 9. And after DeMar had scored a couple in a row, it's so easy to fuck that up. They easily could have went from a 9-point game to a 4-point game, but they get a stop. Jay hits a 3. You give it to DA inside. That's 2 points. Devin hits that, little pump fake, 1 dribble pull up. Game's over. I think they got it to like 12, 14, something like that. And it was just over from there. That is why I love this team. They're not soft. They don't blow any fourth quarter leads, which is like literally any. I think they're like 30-something and 0 if they have a lead in the fourth quarter. And if they're down in the fourth quarter, it's like 50% chance they're going to win the game. That shit is crazy. I always say how teams handle the fourth quarter dictates the playoffs, because honestly, a lot of regular season stuff just doesn't translate. Like teams that, oh my God, the ball movement is so great, the way they shoot the 3. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the level of physicality that they allow in the playoffs, but it just doesn't always translate. That's why I think the Warriors are a little overrated when it comes to the playoffs. Because if I'm being honest, the only time we ever saw them be great, and they won a championship, they had a lot of luck. Like, I know most teams have luck, but this was a lot. People want to shit on the Suns. Look at the Warriors' first ring. And am I hating? A little bit. Okay, a little bit, but it doesn't mean I'm lying. So, I don't know, man. I think this is... I mean, the Warriors win was obviously big, but I think this win tells me more than that Warriors win did, if that makes sense. Because this tells me I don't think they can be beat 4 times. I really don't. And I just don't see it happening. When you win a game like this, it tells me that this team, they just don't choke. Like, I can't see them blowing a lead. I remember, right, like I know I keep going back to the Warriors, but to be real, they're the only team that scares me. So when the Warriors had KD, and Draymond actually talked about this on JJ Redick's podcast, every game that the Warriors won, the Rockets had a lead. And then James would tire himself out, and the Warriors knew that they could come back. I can't see that happening with this Phoenix team. Like, I can't see them blowing leads in the playoffs. I just don't. I don't see the communication failing the way that it did last season, because I would be bitching so much. Stop giving the ball to Devin Booker and just expect him to make a miracle happen late. They did that a lot, and they weren't bad in clutch games, but if it was like a buzzer beater, which we haven't even really had any this season, I know there was that one with Harrison Barnes hit, but yeah, like that was early. Who really cares? But like the late game execution was what I was always bitching at. But this, I think it's perfect. They literally haven't lost any close games damn near, especially if they go into the fourth leading. So it's just like I don't know what else to say. This was a great win, and it was against a good team. If it's the Wizards, I don't give a shit. I don't have a whole lot to say. I'm gonna talk about the Wizard of Oz. The team is garbage. Their organization is garbage. I'm happy for the Bulls because I know these people have been waiting for good basketball for like 35 years. So congratulations, DeMar. I think he should be in the MVP vote. It's weird that nobody in the Suns is even in consideration. Devin's playing great. He's the best team in the league, but okay, that's fine. Chris Paul, I get it. He doesn't really score like that, and that's just how it goes, I guess, unless you're Steve Nash. But whatever. So I get it. I mean, obviously, I think it's bullshit, but I understand why it is the way it is. But I'm happy for the Bulls, and I knew they were going to be good. I didn't think they would be like the number one seed, but I knew it was possible. Like them finishing in the top 3 wasn't surprising, and that's probably where they're going to finish. And that's good for you guys. But there's a gap. There's a gap, and I'm so glad that this game happened. I will be talking some shit to my friend who was trying to say that Zach LaVine is better than Devin Booker, which is disrespectful. And he said, watch out for the Bulls. And I'm like, that's cute. They're not a real threat. This game tells me that. Now, if they had fucked that lead up, I wouldn't have, become a Bulls fan, but it wouldn't have been a great look. It wouldn't have been a great look. Now, it would have been 1 out of like 50 games, so it's not a huge deal. Because like I said, they haven't blown any fourth quarter leads, but they haven't played against that many great teams. Now, that may not even be true. It's probably just because I think there's such a gap between the Suns and everybody else in the league. It's like, really, who are the teams we really have to worry about, right? Because it's like the Cavs, the Bulls. It's like, that's cute, but like, let's be real. If the Bulls make it to the finals, which is possible because the East is ass, if they got swept, I honestly wouldn't be surprised. Maybe a gentleman's sweep because, you got to get the Scott Fosters out there, and he's going to make some moves. Call some questionable fouls. That's what he does. But it's like, who do we got? The Warriors. Is that it? Because, like, the Nets, they're never going to get it together, but that would be scary. Maybe the Sixers if they finally trade Ben for anybody. But unless it's like Harden, who is Joel Embiid and Fox? Is that De'Aaron Fox? Does that terrify anybody? No, I don't think so. So the Sixers are out. The Nuggets, that's hilarious. The Jazz, that's hilarious. That's it. We really have one team to worry about, the Warriors. And I really think they're extremely overrated when it comes to the playoffs. Klay Thompson, we'll see. I don't think his defense is anywhere near what it used to be. Maybe. Steph Curry folds a lot. Again, I keep bringing it up, and I'm going to keep bringing it up. There's a reason he doesn't have any finals MVPs. Draymond, he elevates his game during the playoffs, but he's not much of a scorer, so we're good. And then you have a bunch of young guys who have never done shit. So we shall see. Now, on the Suns, on the other hand, everybody except for Chris Paul probably, and maybe Devin, is better than they were last year. I think Devin is a better three-point shooter for sure. But, like, as far as, like, a real jump, as far as talent, I don't really see it. But with Cam, he's legitimately better. Mikal, maybe, but I think he's better. That mid-range shot is something he goes to a lot, and I'm really confident in it now. He can create his own shot. He can run the fast break better. DA's confidence is way higher than it was last season for sure. We see a lot more a lot less bitch shit from him. I mean, the fact that they just added JaVale, if they did that last season, they probably would have a ring right now. Crowder's like the same. I mean, it makes sense. He's a veteran, but... And there's no Dario Saric minutes. Thank the Lord. So this team was great last season, obviously made it to the finals, and they're way better. Like, when I think about it, they are significantly better. They just tightened a couple of things up, but they had some big holes, like the sizing and the late game execution. Now they are the best at it. This has to be some sort of record, because who just doesn't blow fourth quarter leads like this? It's ridiculous. But let me look at my notes because I am educated. Yeah, I think I covered everything. I mean, DA's defense late was garbage, but he's still coming back. I don't think that's going to be something where he's just an awful defender now. Another thing actually I want to bring up before we look at the numbers. I noticed that the Suns have gone small a couple of times in the past few games, and I never see them do that, but they've done it a couple of times with Cam at the 5, which I did suggest. But I wonder why they're doing that. Like, is it just because DA's not in shape yet, you think? Or you think they know this is maybe something they need to do against the Warriors, so they're practicing it? It's just keep your eye on that small ball 5. Could be deadly. But that's enough of that. Let's get into the numbers. On NBA, Bing is dead because it's garbage. So Mikhail, I mean, let's take a quick look at the minutes. All right, I don't see anybody in the 40s, so that's good. Devin with 37, a little high, not the end of the world. Chris Paul, where we at? Old as hell. 33, that's not bad. We'll round up 34. That's not bad. I mean, Elfrid Payton gave you 18, and he actually played well. We have to start off with Elfrid Payton because this is a Christmas miracle in February. 4 for 6 from the field. Wow, that's basically like 100 out of 100 for a regular player. You know what I mean? And he's in the positives. Was Chris Paul at -5? That's why I don't believe in plus minus. This man was excellent. Let's be real about it. How you gonna be -5 when you're like winning the entire game? Yeah, 8 points. I'm sorry, we're back to Elfrid. 8 points, only 1 turnover, not bad. 4 assists, 4 boards. 67% from the field from Elfrid Payton. Wow. This is beautiful. This is magic. If I'm like the defensive coach for the Bulls, I would be like, wow, that's probably the worst stat I could ever see. It's like Elfrid Payton is scoring on us. We are shit. You know what? I'm sorry, Elfrid. This is your day, and I shouldn't shit on you. That's my bad. Immature. Mikhail, 6 of 12 from the field. Yeah, he didn't shoot the 3 great. 2 of 7. I mean, who cares? It's all right. I forgive you. 15 points and plus 15. What does PF mean? Power forward? 1 block, 1 steal, 3 assists, 4 boards. He's just such a well-rounded player. I love Mikhail's game. I feel like if you're a Suns fan, you just have to love Mikhail. It's like, I don't think there's any Suns fans who don't like him. It would just be weird. I just can't imagine that happening. Jay Crowder, 3 of 7 from the field. Not bad. 1 of 4 from 3. It sounds terrible, but again, if you had just made 1 more, you're 50%. So that's how I try to look at it. 10 points. Damn, he had 6 assists. Okay. Man almost had a damn triple-double. 10 boards. Not bad for, still working your way through it a bit. DA, his minutes have been low, but, men's has been tired. 5 of 8, 63% from the field. 9 boards, 13 points. Not bad. 1 assist. How many blocks? 1 block. Not terrible. Devin, we're going to wait on you because you balled out. Chris Paul, 7 of 11 from the field. Damn. 1 of 2. I mean, the Bulls don't play any defense, but they don't have Lonzo and they don't have Krillin. So, fair enough. I'll give them a pass. I thought, I was like, okay, Zach LaVine's back fully healthy, but I forgot, like, their 2 best defensive players weren't there, so, And another thing I want to bring up, like, I think the Bulls actually played well. Like, I don't remember anybody except for Vucevic playing terribly. Now, he was bad, but I feel like he played so bad that he will get traded, so he may not even be a factor. With Chris Paul with 19, 11, and 3. Elfrid, we already went over his magical statistics. Damn, Cameron Johnson, 2 of 8 from the field. Yowzers. 2 of 5 from 3, though. We love that. 6 points. 1 steal, 1 assist. See, pretty standard. Actually, that's below standard. Subpar game for Cam, but I forgive you. JaVale McGee, he played Mooey B. And today, he played his ass off. 7 of 9. Anytime JaVale goes against, like, a small team, he just bullies the shit out of them. This man was hitting 3s. He was unstoppable. He shot 78% from the field. Like, that's something you do in a video game. This man had 16 points, 8 boards, 3 blocks. This man had more blocks than turnovers. DA, take notes. And he was movie beyond. I mean, he had 5 offensive rebounds. Like, holy shit. And that's pretty much everybody else that matters. Sticks, actually, my bad. Sticks got some real minutes, a little bit. 9 of them. It wasn't just trash minutes. 1 for 3. It looks like they're really trying to play him at the 4 and see what they can do with that. So far, not a whole lot, but you know, it's okay. I forgive him. 1 rebound. We got to work on the rebounding. I guess there wasn't a whole lot of missing when Devin and DeMar went off for 40, and they both shot really efficient. Speaking of Devin, let's go over the numbers. Devin Booker, almost 38 minutes, which, you know, we don't love, but it's okay because he balled out. 14 of 23 from the field, 61%. 5 of 10 from 3. That's 50% if you didn't know. You're welcome. 5 of 6 from the free throw line. This man had 38 points, 5 assists, and 4 boards. Damn. Let me just look at Vucevic's numbers. 6 of 15. Yeah, when you're a center, that is terrible. But like Zach LaVine, almost 50%. DeMar, obviously, 16 of 27. Like, damn. Kobe White, 3 of 7, not bad. Now, again, I know no Lonzo and no Krillin, but, you know, what do you want me to do? I mean, this guy played like shit. I'm not even going to try to say his name. He was 1 for 7. Yikes. But other than that, everybody else shot pretty well. I think the defense from the Suns was like, okay, it wasn't amazing, but, you know, the Bulls are a really good offensive team, clearly. And, yeah, guys, I think this was a great win. I'm very happy they got this win. And I would just check out the Discord in case we may or may not be streaming the games. If you made it to the end, I appreciate you. Like and subscribe and all that YouTube stuff. And we will see you soon. Peace.